Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Hello, sick heads and One Wrestling fans, and welcome to the latest and new edition of Wrestling Segue on OneWrestling.com. And it's the one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa, out here with the no shady Tom Brady. We did tell you last year that we were gonna switch some things up, so now we are known as Wrestling Segue, formerly known as Segue TV, purely because we are not just going to speak New Japan Pro Wrestling, although majority of it will be New Japan Pro Wrestling. We will be sprinkling in some other wrestling promotions from around the world. No shady, tell them who we could be talking about.
We could be talking about ROH, we could be talking about the UK wrestling scene, we could be talking about just WWE in general, TNA? No, no, we could be talking about anything. If we end up seeing a Noah show, you know, we could watch, you know, anything that you guys maybe want us to talk about. If you hit up Sunday Segue on Twitter, you know, with anything you want us to talk about on this show, I'm sure we could do that as well. So just you let us know, and we'll do you, you know, because you are right.
You are right.
So,
just to let people know, it is still the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast presents Wrestling Segue, okay? So don't get it twisted. You can find us on OneWrestling.com. That's at One Wrestling, and also follow Bill Apter. He will see you at the matches. That's at Apter One Wrestling. You can follow us at Sunday Segue, spelled SEGUE. Follow me. That's at Kinny Killa, KILLA.
Yeah, you can follow me at tbrady94_, which is hopefully on our new little card that Kinny's made. So it's going to look beautiful.
Underneath, you can see my name there. You can see Brady's name over there or over there. You can see it all, man. You can see it all.
It'll be somewhere.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere on the screen. So nevertheless, we always bring you the best in New Japan Pro Wrestling as we do as it comes in. So we've had a massive week in pro wrestling for New Japan. Why have we had a massive week, Brady?
So, January 4th, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It could be a Tuesday, it could be a Wednesday, it could be a Sunday, it could be a Friday. But there's always the Tokyo Dome show, Wrestle Kingdom. It was in its 11th edition this year. And safe to say, it's probably pay-per-view of the year. You know, it's Wrestle Kingdom 10 was 100% my last year's pay-per-view of the year. And it's probably already killed it, and we're 4 days into the year, so pretty good stuff.
And we're going to head straight into it, and we're also going to give you a little sprinkle of the stuff that's come out of Wrestle Kingdom and straight into New Year's Dash, which is obviously what happens after Wrestle Kingdom. So just for all you New Japan virgins out there, just let you know, Wrestle Kingdom is pretty much WrestleMania, and New Year's Dash is like the Raw after WrestleMania, so you never know what's going to happen. So let's get straight into it. Main event. We had Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, facing off against the G1 Climax winner, Kenny Omega, the Cleaner. Bullet Club, the Elite, whatever you want to call him. Man, what a match. I think I am going to find it hard, okay, to find a match this year that is going to beat this match. Brady, these guys went like 46 minutes. It didn't feel like it, but they went 46
not even close.
Minutes. Up and down. Let's talk about the things that happened within this match, okay? First off, let's talk about the fact that the entrances we had Kenny Omega coming in with the Terminator entrance. I thought that was a nice start to the match. Then we had Okada coming in, raining, making it rain with all the money and stuff. Big feel again, all the electricity and stuff. It was just great to see him come out. Had that big fight feel. Tokyo Dome looking spot on. Then we got into the match, and straight away you could see the fluidity, the chemistry between these two. We were just waiting for it to kick off.
Oh, like so many good things. Something that I'll kick into as well. Gedo came down with Okada, obviously, and the Bucks came down with Kenny. No interference, not one. So I was very happy about that. This match had the biggest number of ridiculous spots, insanely good wrestling, power striking, top rope moves that I've ever seen. I'll tell you now, this is the best wrestling match I have ever seen in my life. Like, and I 100% is, and Nothing has ever made me audibly get up while watching a thing on my own and shout and cheer and scream, and it was fantastic. Like, I honestly urge everyone now to go watch the match, come back, and then listen to the rest, because that is the best way to consume this. But oh my gosh, it's one of those things where I almost feel like I've ruined wrestling for myself because I don't know if I'll ever see a better match than that. But but just to go through some of my favorite spots, Kenny Omega springboard moonsault from the top rope over the guardrail into the commentary area onto Okada. He got backdropped, the biggest backdrop I've probably ever seen, through a table. And tables are rare in New Japan. Like, they don't often do that. Okada, it took a dragon suplex off the top rope, which was very, very disgusting and nasty. Loads of sweet strikes. Kenny took 4 Rainmakers to go down. The jumping, spinning tombstone. Oh my God.
Dude, let's just talk about the fact, that the reversals out of the One Ring Angel, like the fact that he didn't even hit it. The whole match, he didn't even hit it, and it took a number of Rainmakers, like 4, like you said. The last reversal, last reversal, we got the tiger knee into. Oh, dude, we got so many tiger knees into the face, but the last one was horrible. He reversed. I think he reversed the move. And then he managed to bring it. Like, he did a tombstone himself. He reversed the tombstone into his own tombstone. Then looked like he was gonna go for the Rainmaker, Omega. Then he switched it into a tiger knee massively, put him back into the ropes. Tiger knee again. Then everyone's like, "Oh my God!" He signals up for the top for the One Ring Angel. Okada reverses that. He reverses it into a tombstone, not just a normal tombstone, a spinning tombstone. Oh my days. And then this Rainmaker was absolutely horrendous. It was horrible, man. Totally, I swear down, I couldn't believe what I saw. And it picked up, the pace picked up so well. We didn't have too many rested holds. It was just and the fact, like you said, Young Bucks did not get involved apart from doing the love that, the take a dive. But the take a dive came in like, it was probably about 10-15 minutes into the match, and I was like, "Oh, this is getting good now." And little did I know there's half an hour more of even better spot. Like, when the take a dive is a spot that you don't only really mention because they do the cool Terminator thing. That's when a match is like transcended. Like, what makes a match amazing. I absolutely loved it. Like, honestly, like, so good. I love as well, like, as you say, didn't hit the One Wing Angel. That's the story for when they face again. Maybe. I'm imagining Wrestle Kingdom 12. If it's not Naito in the main event, it's going to be Okada against someone, I would imagine. And it's Naito or Omega. So that's something for them next time. When he hits the One Wing Angel, he'll get him. Even though he hit 4 Rainmakers, it was still kept strong because twice he couldn't pin him at all. It was just amazing. And like you say, the only rest spots they took were when they'd done so many moves to each other. They were both lying on the mat, and the crowd was going off their heads. They were loving it, and so was I. Like, honestly, I watched this from Gover yesterday morning. I didn't have time to watch on the Friday night. I'd watch every other match, but I hadn't watched this one. And so I was like, I got up kind of early, considering and honestly, I don't think there's a better hangover cure in the world. I was buzzing. There was genuine, like, electricity. Like, it felt like every year before Mania, when I go home from work or you know, I finish uni for the Friday, I always get really excited, almost like it's Christmas. I'm like, oh my God, it's Mania weekend. I've got NXT and I've got that. And this was like, but sometimes it did, like this year, it didn't quite live up to it because we're at Mania 32. Right. But this had that. So I had that sort of, oh my God, it's wrestling sort of feeling. I know my fingers like tingling. I was like, felt so excited, and I couldn't stop smiling. And I was audibly saying things that I can't repeat on here. Just honestly, everyone who's listening to this now, if you honestly haven't seen it, please do yourself a favor. The thing got 6 stars from Dave Meltzer. Like, he gave it 6. Like, this is honestly, it's the greatest professional wrestling match I've ever seen. And I'm going to be one of these guys in like 30 years
when people say like, "Oh, so what's your favorite match?" Well, one time this man Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada had this match at Wrestle Kingdom. It's not even called that anymore, but it was amazing. And people are gonna go, "Oh yeah, this guy." Great.
Yeah,
probably crap.
30 years from now, when New Japan and WWE have merged, and it's going to be WrestleMania Kingdom. WrestleMania Kingdom.
WrestleMania Kingdom. Yes.
Oh man.
And it's John Cena versus Okada for the 10th time.
Okay, all right. So, obviously, this wasn't the only match on the card. Let's go to another amazing match, because New Japan Pro Wrestling, like they do in pretty much every single pay-per-view, you have like 1 or 2 5-star matches. So we go to another great match. We go to the semi-main event for the IWGP Intercontinental title. We go to Naito facing off against Tanahashi. The promos before this at the Big Bash Festival was amazing, and the fact that we were going into this, Naito saying that he doesn't need to be facing Tanahashi, but he's gonna face Tanahashi and he's gonna put the nail in his career and all of that stuff. It had again another big fight feel, and the fact that Tanahashi didn't get to go after the IC strap when it was on Omega because of his shoulder injury and stuff. It just had it just set the stage. Tanahashi comes out, the ace, he comes out, and then after we get Naito with that big eye, big eye thing, and he's wearing what kind of suit was it? Like a purple, a mauve.
Yeah,
mauve,
it was, and it was like flash, like snazzy, wasn't it? And he had his new mask on, and the lights were all just crazy. It was a brilliant entrance. Yeah, and then
it was just kicked off, man. No Evil, no Sonata, no Bushi,
good point,
none of them. And it was just great from the get-go. They just started, the thing I love about Naito is that he sets the pace so well. And he was matched equally by Tanahashi in this match. I mean, again, we saw some really, really good reversals. Naito. One thing I love about Naito as well is when he does those nice combination moves that he does, throw them into the corner, jump over the ropes, kick their leg from underneath, they sit down and he jumps over the ropes and does that drop kick in the corner. I love that. What were some of your highlights of the match?
That was one of my highlights of it, because Tanahashi was obviously expecting to come into the chest, wasn't he? But he did the dropkick into his knee, which was great because all match they were just booting each other's knees in. That was great. Honestly, the high five flow reversals were really good because I actually thought Tanahashi would win. I thought Okada would win the main event. I had Tanahashi for this one, and he obviously didn't. So every time he went for the high five flow, I was like, "This is it. He's gonna win," and he didn't. And the Destiny was such a cool move, dude. So cool. And when he spat, because the crowd was into both of them at the start, cheering for both. As soon as Naito spat in the face of Tanahashi, they were like, "Screw this guy, Tanahashi!" And it was only then because it was Naito's performance, he was so good and so crisp and so clean that by the end, honestly, the stadium sounded insane. It sounded so loud. It sounded like this. It's like a cup final, isn't it? It was honestly like someone had scored the winning goal in the last minute of a football match, or the last touchdown in the last second, and that's how loud it felt because it was so good. I really enjoyed this match, and perfect decision to have Naito go over. Thank you.
I mean, we didn't know how it was going to play out because of obviously a lot of title changes were happening on this card, and we thought maybe all the titles were just going to change hands, but the way it was left with Los Ingobernables holding straps, just every single one of them. Well, at that time, holding straps. Bear in mind, we're going to go chronologically with this, so we will get to New Year's Dash, and we won't jump ahead. So let's go to the match, the next match. Let's go to Shibata, the never openweight champion, facing off against Goto again. Now, this has history because we've seen this before. These guys facing off against each other. This has massive history. They had this before, then they were tag champs, and now we're having it again. Everyone's Goto can't win the big one, case in point, Goto does definitely need a bit of a change, but nevertheless, again, Shibata always brings this stiff style to these matches, and it's great because it brings that strong style again out of his opponent. I thought Goto was great here. I thought again, them kind of one-upping each other again, as they like to do. One does a German suplex, then the other gets up German suplex, couple forearms in the face, sleeper, reversal. It was just back and forth. What do you think about how Shibata kind of fared in this match and the way the match went down?
I agree with you that it felt personal. Every single strike felt like they were just like, no, I'm the better man. It felt it was more than the title itself, which I absolutely loved. I think I thought Shibata would win, but Goto takes it down. Really good for Goto. It gives him, like you say, completely new, different direction to go in. He's now the champion. We'll get onto who we'll face next in a moment. Shibata now, because champions can't enter the New Japan Cup, he becomes the instant favourite, in my opinion. Honestly, the end sequence of this, where they were just like, they were absolutely kicking Goto's kicks to Shibata were like, he does those, for those who don't know, those Daniel Bryan kicks where he did like the yes kicks, but he did them to a standing Shibata, and honestly, he was kicking the crap out of Shibata, and he does all that. He avoids the PK and stuff a couple of times and takes it down in the end. The finish was I can't remember the name of his move where he has him in the head.
The Shotenkai.
Yeah, Shotenkai, but he did it onto the knee this time as well, didn't he?
Oh, you mean the GTR?
Oh, GTR.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that looked disgustingly brutal, but it was great because he did a Ushigoroshi before it as well.
That's right. Yeah.
It was great. This match I really enjoyed. Like Wrestle Kingdom as well, because we're going backwards. These matches all sound incredible. Like the first few matches were good. Don't get me wrong. First few matches was good, but the match before this and this was where it really got picked up. Like this is where it became the best pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah.
Like these points, because that was a phenomenal match. That's a main event on every other day.
Definitely.
But because everything else was so good, you're not talking about it with the same hype almost. But it's class. Loved it.
Let's go on to the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match, man. Let's go on to Kushida facing off against our dude, Himuru Takahashi, formerly known as Kanemitsu. Man, listen, Kamatachi, sorry. Kamatachi comes out, the time bomb. You see all the little mines in the crowd, and he comes out. He jumps out like Rey Mysterio jumps out, from the floor. He has this kind of Tyler Breeze, kind of like airbrush kind of funky stuff going on. He still has his jacket over his shoulder. I thought he looked amazing. He looks wicked. They change up some stuff with Kushida as well. It's like he's kind of got rid of the whole time splitters thing. He's wearing tights. He's not wearing jorts anymore. It all looked like it was going to be a nice straight off the bat. Kawatachi he just kicked Kushida off the apron, and the one thing I took from this match is Kamatachi's like craziness and that's his gimmick. He's just crazy. So when they did the botch, there was a little bit of a botch, but it seemed in tow with his persona. It didn't seem out of tune because he is reckless. He's crazy, and the type of stuff he was doing was just crazy.
Yeah, I think that's why he could. Like in theory, stay in the hoverboard lock for so long because he's like insane. He's just he almost like when Mankind used to like not really feel pain, sort of like that way. And he was just taking it and just like screaming and like his tongue's going like all over the place. How these two aren't dead is beyond me because the spots they did were just ridiculous. Like they straight away went to the outside and did you notice like the commentary was behind the railings, wasn't it? And that was lower than the mats. Yeah. So when you were crashing into the railings, it was moving the railings because they're not fixed barricades, and they were crashing over this side bit. And honestly, like the amount of people must have bashed their heads on him. Like Kushida hit his head so hard on it at one point, and Kawatachi fell into it. I was just like, this is insane. Like honestly, it was daft. The finish, what was his finisher? Like it was insane,
dude. I don't know what it was. Let's see if I can find it right now. But just describe it to the peeps.
I can't even actually honestly remember like what it looked like because I I've only seen this match once. I've seen the other two. I've not seen the main event twice.
Okay, so this is how you describe it. It's kind of like fireman's carry. Okay, and he swung it into like some kind of high angled like sit down like power slam. It's called the time bomb. Oh,
that's good. That's good.
So it's like that, and it just swung down just into some sit down power. But it just looked nuts. It looked nuts. And I love
how he's kept the ticking time bomb thing as well.
Yes,
that's good because even though now he's Ingo Benables as well, it makes sense for him to keep that, because that was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm all for it. Like, he's
Definitely.
a top dude.
I was surprised a little bit because I thought they were going to drag this on. But I was surprised that Kushida kind of lost so soon after winning it back off Bush.
Yeah.
But yeah, nevertheless, I'm happy. The match was great. Let's go through some of the other matches, and then we'll go into bits and pieces of New Year's Dash. Okay, so. Let's just talk about, we had a three-way match, okay, for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Now, obviously, we had GBH winning the World Tag League, which meant they were going to face off against GOD, Gorillas of Destiny. But then Yano comes back and just like steals the titles and steals the the World Tag Team trophies, and him and Ishii managed to kind of move their way into this match. A little bit annoyed because I felt like Yoshihashi deserved this place with Ishii.
Yeah, perhaps.
Because the Hashler has been doing Hash has been doing good last year and built himself up, but nevertheless we had this match. Now I just want to say, because I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I know what the main talking point of this match is.
Tangaroa, you need to stop swearing, bro. All that swearing.
I've got to be honest. Did you listen to the English or Japanese commentary for this?
The English.
Steve Corino killing himself laughing was a highlight for me. Like, Steve Corino couldn't commentate because he was laughing so much to Tangaroa, because he was just, the air was so blue. But it was him. Tango Tonga was having a bit of a go as well. Makabe was getting his stuff in.
Always.
Yeah, always there. I think even Honma was giving a little bit, but Tangaroa, honestly, was going mad. I was laughing my head off.
And Juice Robinson started that, because he always does it, every time.
And he did it again. He did it again in his match. Like, but a man, they were just shouting like so many expletives. Like, it was a good match though. Like, it was a good match. This is the talking point because it was so like daft. It was just weird. I thought it was a good match though. I thought God almost carried it, the match. Like, weird. Ishii was never really in it. And that was a really, really annoying to me. Like. See, I hadn't considered that. Perhaps, because it was weird that he didn't have a singles match. Yeah. Anyway, because he's so good.
He could have fought Elgin. He could have,
Yeah, quite easily. Yeah, quite easily could have fought it. And that's not a match I reckon they'll have next year. But that's a match I want to see.
Well, yeah.
So it was a good match. Mm-hmm. And the moving the titles, it makes sense. But I actually would have liked to see God continue. I think they're getting better and better because they've got the belts, and now if they just fade straight back into obscurity, then it'll just look crap for them. Like, because they've not got a lot, they've not got a real great amount, but what they were doing at the end of the year, they were doing well. Yeah. And Tamatonga, he got to show off, he got to be really good. Tangaroa was getting a hell of a lot better in the ring, and getting comfortable. But without the titles, I'm worried the wheel might fall off for them. But who knows? Yeah.
I mean, Ishii and Yano are now the tag champs. So it's another quick switch there. So let's go into some. Let's just skirt through some of the other matches real quick. Okay, so we had the ROH World Championships being sought after again on Wrestle Kingdom pay-per-view. We had Adam Cole, baby, facing off against Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly is the champion, who won it recently of Adam Cole. Adam Cole just reminds me, he looks so much like HBK. But yeah, it was this match was it was what it was. It was it wasn't like this, all big 5-star kind of match, but it was what it was. I think it was a good showing by both of them. No one phoned it in. Adam Cole, ended up winning the match and retaining, the title. I'm sorry, regaining the title. And yeah, just again a surprise, but.
That really shocked me.
But not surprised in some way, knowing that, the stuff that we know about Kyle O'Reilly not signing with ROH, and kind of keeping that on the table. Why do you think that is, No Shady?
Possibly going to NXT, maybe. Is that what you're alluding to?
Maybe.
I think it is. No. I was so shocked by this though. Even though that I didn't know that was on the cards before Wrestle Kingdom, because I stayed basically off Twitter and everything for like a couple of days, like to just avoid all the spoilers for this. So I didn't know that had actually gone down. But that said, still really weird for him to like final battles like Ring of Honor's WrestleMania, and like that happened at the start of December. So less than a month time, they've basically said, "Oh, that's that was just a match, and it's like back on Adam Cole. Fine, like cool, just a bit weird. Like I suppose if that's what ROH had to do, then that's what they had to do. But if they had a bit longer, I think this would have been a really good match. But in the end, it was just good. Like I enjoyed it.
We had Cody Rhodes' debut match against Juice Robinson, the American Nightmare. I mean, again, it just felt like a TV match. It was okay. Juice Robinson is, he's improved in the ring. Still don't like the way he swears. He doesn't have to say the MF word. He doesn't have to say that. But it was what it was. Cody had a good outing. It's weird seeing Cody Rhodes in New Japan, but good at the same time. He's got I swear he owns the rights obviously to his own name, so I still don't understand why he decided not to use Rhodes. But I thought the match was it was what it was. What about the gauntlet match for the never Openweight 6-man tag championships? I mean, we had obviously the champions were Chaos, Will Ospreay, the champions were David Finlay, Kojima, and Ricochet, and they obviously had in there Chaos as well with Ospreay, Yoshihashi, and Jado, and they also had Los Ingobernables with Sanada, Evil, Bushi, Bullet Club, Hangman Page, Yujiro Takahashi, and Bad Luck Fale. Now, it surprised me that Ricochet and Will Ospreay didn't even get to touch or anything. It was just weird. With Ospreay, I mean, the Chaos just got beat like straight away. You know what I mean? Like, which was weird. And then we had obviously Los Ingobernables come in and just wiped it up real quick. And they took it down. Which means that Los Ingobernables got straps.
Yeah, I mean, this was good in like fits and starts. Like, because it's a gauntlet match, it was just like kind of like it's a bit messy, wasn't it? It was like. Yeah. But what was weird is like because they had full entrances for everyone, which is good because it's Wrestle Kingdom. But it's like Bullet Club just beat Chaos, and then Ingo Benares took about 10 minutes getting to the ring, just like strolling, which suits them. I get it, but why wouldn't you go down and just beat the crap out of him because they've just been in a match for like 8 minutes? It was fine. It was what it was. I enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it more just a straight 3-on-3. Because. Now I want to see Ricochet Bushi. I want to see Evil Kojima. I would like to see Sanada Kojima, because I thought Kojima in this was class. He's still so over. He's so good. I know. And he's got like a new lease of life working with them too. Yeah. Like, the little chubby chops. And everyone sells him like,
I really want to know. I really want to know what he says when he throws them into the corner. Yeah. And then he clotheslines them, throws them out, and they go... He says something,
and the place erupts with that. Yeah.
We will find out. We will. Tweet us. Let us know. At Sunday Segue.
Japanese.
Yeah, please let
you're
us
just in the know.
Okay. So yeah, we had new champs and we also had the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. We had Young Bucks coming out with a super kick. They come up with all these belts. It was like Shibata came out with a Rev Pro belt. They came out with like how many belts? PWG tag belts, ROH belts, the super kick belt, and the IWGP Junior tag belts. I mean. The match was it wasn't your normal young Bucks match which was fast paced. I think because it was actually a 1-on-1, which has been the first 1-on-1 in a long time on Wrestle Kingdom. And in fact they kept making mistakes.
It was, but that made sense, didn't it? And when they were looking at each other at the end of the match, they were like, "Did we just actually lose?" It was almost like they were second guessing themselves, and then they were like, "Oh, we still got all these belts." Like, that's not the point, boys.
You lost.
You've screwed it up there. I didn't think this was particularly good, compared to what I wanted. I thought, especially because Roppongi Vice against ACH and was it Taji Ishimori?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, their match was so good at the end of the Super Junior tag tournament. This just fell short for me. It wasn't bad. Like I'm 100% not saying that, but it was just it left a lot to be desired for me. I wanted it quicker and madness. The bit I loved though was Trent Beretta did a taker dive to the outside, missed, and oh my god, he so he goes up the top rope, hits the ramp, he bounced about like 5-6 feet across the floor, just because he'd hit it so hard. And then he was out of it for forever. And then Rocky just went Super Saiyan and just like beat up the two Bucks. They're about to do more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
And then Rocky just goes for a little roll up, and Trent just goes no, and just grabs Nick on the top row like you will not. And then Rocky Morero, most reigns for a junior tag title thing.
Like
that wasn't really words, was it?
Like the lucha thing.
That was not really
We're gonna do
words.
lucha things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
man.
I channeled like in a Kalisto there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. But yeah, that's cool.
I want to say a quick RIP to Hanare. What a super kick he took in his gob, dude.
Jesus.
Like, sorry, Hanare. So yeah, we have new champions there as well. Tiger Mask W. Just in case you didn't know, it was Kota Ibushi. Facing off against.
That's classified material.
Facing off against Tiger the Dark. It was ACH. And they weren't even. They didn't even care. They weren't even like being secret about it. They were even
Phoning it in,
and then
baby.
the dark match, we had the New Japan Rumble. Michael Elgin won that from the #1 spot. Well, what a wicked return we had of Scott Norton coming in there. I was just like, what? Obviously, Yuji Nagata, always great. Manabu Nakanishi still there. Saito! Oh my god! And if I believe rightly, it's the Saito from the Orient. Sorry, not the Orient Express. From Team 2000, NWO Japan. Woo! Saito.
That's a throwback reference as well, isn't it? Like, jeez.
I know. And we also, who else did we had? We had Kobayashi as well. Kuniki, sorry. Kobayashi. Cheeseburger was in there. Woo!
He wasn't he second last as well?
Something like that, yeah.
Wasn't. I'm sure he was the last one to get eliminated by Elgin. Madness.
It's just crazy. It's crazy. And that was your card. That was Wrestle Kingdom. Out of 10, Brady, what'd you give it?
10. I thought about I'll go full Ty Dillinger. I thought about then like saying like 9.5, but in reality, like what's gonna top that? Like I'd tell you what, if something does, I'll give it an 11. I don't care about the rules.
I'm just happy to see Yano back.
Oh, dude, he's so
break.
I love it. And then I love how he always goes back into the ropes just like grabbing him and shaking him about. It's so good.
Flip side, let's go on to the next night. Let's go on to New Year's Dash, okay? Loads of stuff came out of this. Let's just run through it real quick. We had, it began with Ricochet, Kyle O'Reilly, David Finlay defeating Yushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Mask, and Hinare. Hinare is a young boy and he looked great. 6-minute match. Hinare, he just looks like so... It's weird because when he's on the outside of the ring, he looks a bit timid, but when he's like in the ring, he is just like... It's great. He looks like a natural. So it's good things to come from him. It was a good opener, showcasing the best young talent. It was just nice to see. And then at the end we saw old Finlay running into the crowd, giving a hug to his mama. I swear Finlay was next to him. It looked like.
Are you shooting the ball? You're not allowed to show him or something?
It looked like Finlay was next to her. Then we had Yujiro Takahashi, Hangman Page, facing off against Billy Gunn, Yoshitatsu. There was a weird bit where Billy Gunn comes out. He's like high-fiving people, and then she goes to high-five one of the techs at the side, and there's a woman, and she's like, no. And then he just weirdly like strokes her hair. Just like, what? What's going on? He comes out anyway. But the notable thing after this match was the face-off. At the end, they lost, and he just dragged Yoshitatsu out of the ring. The young boys bring him back, and Billy Gunn, right? Billy Gunn is standing there facing off with Kitamura. Now, I don't know if you've seen Kitamura before, Brady, and whether this was your first time, but this young boy is jacked.
Is he Haku's son? Which one's Haku's son?
No, Haku's-san is no, Haku's-san is let me just go to his name. Haku's-san. It begins with a H. Obviously it's something for Fita. Anyway, but his name is Hiku Leo.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, he's signed, but he's yet to debut, so he's Tula Fafita. But it was Kitamura. It was Kitamura. This guy He is jacked for a young boy, and come on, they have to do something here. Maybe on a Lionsgate show.
Yeah, I reckon just like a little. Yeah, that's probably what it is actually. Yeah, I imagine Billy's probably bestowed some knowledge onto them as well. You know, like about like performing and stuff. Because he was a trainer in NXT, wasn't he, before? Like,
yeah.
So maybe he's doing a little bit for the young boys there. I'd love to see him get the crap beaten out of him. Though that'd prove pretty funny.
He just stood up to him and just went. You know, he just flexed.
Yeah.
And look at
like when he's Mr. Ass.
Yeah, look at Kitamura. You can't be you know. So he's definitely. I can't wait for that. He's definitely one for the future. Okay. So then we also had the Yoshihashi and Roppongi Vice defeating Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. When Yoshihashi pinged Adam Cole, what do you reckon? Yeah. Future title match.
I mean, I think it warrants it, you know, and that'll probably come on the road to Invasion. No, it's not Invasion.
No, it's a New Beginning.
New Beginning. That's it.
Yeah.
So probably be on the road if not there. So cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
He pinned him with a roll-up, small package, and the fans went crazy, which was great. And after the match, you know, they just kind of laid out Hashi and Roppongi Vice, you know, put the boots to them. Then we had Team 2000, Scott Norton, Kojima, Tenzan, Saito, and Cheeseburger. Defeating the Bullet Club, so Kenny Omega, Bad Luck Fale, Tamatonga, Tangaloa, and Bone Soldier in a 10-minute match with Kojima.
Yo, did you see the old guys all posing for a photo together? Yeah. Cheeseburger's just on the side, like
Tanga Hitori's
just like, takes him away, just like, no, get yourself out of here, son.
Tanga Hitori's just like, get out. So it was a bit weird positioning for Kenny Omega, just, you know, being in this thing just straight after Wrestle Kingdom. But nevertheless, we had nice nostalgia there. Cheeseburger. It was funny in the corner when they're all in the corner just doing the things, and Cheeseburger's there just doing it to Bad Luck Fale. He just pushes him, and there's a bit as well where Cheeseburger just like went in to congratulate Scott Norton. Scott Norton just like picked him up and threw him on the rest of them, and they just picked him up and threw him back in. I thought that was great. And then even at the beginning we had Scott Norton. Teasing, you know, joining the Bullet Club and then kind of turning on Kenny Omega, which was great to see. Steve Corino was great on the commentary here again. Obviously, that'll be weird if WWE don't put him on, you know, on commentary. In NXT.
He's good because it's so unforced.
Yes,
like, he's so natural. But that's something that might change under WWE's banner. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Then we had Michael Elgin and Kushida defeating Naito and Takahashi, Nasimuru Takahashi Kamatachi, in a 13-minute match. Burning Hammer. This for me was great, right? Because this match was going really, really well, and then it just took a weird turn. I just seen this guy coming out of the from the crowd. I thought it was Bushi. It wasn't Bushi. It was Dragon Lee from CMLL. The guy comes in and just literally kills what's it called, Takahashi, literally, and then he just does this crazy dive out the ring.
It was boss. Like he's really good. Like he's really highly rated. I haven't seen enough of him yet, but that's another good program. That it's so good how they just basically go like, there was Wrestle Kingdom. Here's New Year's Dash. This is exactly the direction we're going in. Like, have fun, and everyone just goes like, "Yeah, we will have fun." Like, that'd be a great match though. That.
And then obviously, it looked like Elgin was gonna go for the buckle bomb, but instead he just goes for this burning hammer and pins Naito, which means we'll probably get Elgin Naito for the IC strap.
I want to see it again.
And then Dragon Lee comes in and just kills Takahashi with this finisher. I don't even know what it was, but he just absolutely kills him, and he looks jacked for a junior as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Both guys posing with the straps, so puts the junior division on notice. Okay, then we had the most notable news. We had Shibata, Juice Robinson, Honma, Makabe, and Yuji Nagata facing off against Okada, Goto, Yano, Ishii, Will Ospreay. 15-minute match. And who wins? Who does the pin? Juice hits the
Bloody
pulp
Juice.
friction. He hits the pulp friction on Goto, which means it looks like we're getting a Juice Goto feud for the Never strap. What's your
Yeah, he
thoughts on
held
that?
the belt over him and like, oh! I loved how he was so shocked. They're like, whoa, I did it! And it's like, yeah, you did. Like everyone was like patting him on the back and like grab the belt, grab the belt. Like it was great. Yeah.
Then what
that's
happens
cool,
after
though.
this,
Like,
dude? What happens after this?
Okay. So they're all, oh, this is going down. And a load of people start running into the ringside area. And they're dressed in black and white. It's like, Bullet Club back again. Oh no, wait. It's only Suzuki-Gun. So in comes like Killer Elite Squad. You've got everyone there. You've got all the boys coming in. They're all like going mental. The junior boys are there. You know, so everyone's and they just clean house. They kill everyone. Killer Elite Squad mash everyone's face. Our dance.
Literally.
Nice one. Our big boy.
Yeah.
And then and everyone's like, oh my god, is he here? Is he here? Is he here? Oh yeah, he's here. So Suzuki comes out, chokes out Okada, puts him in like the Gotch style pile driver and just murders him. Like, and then his promo, I saw a translation. It's like I can't think of all of it now, but if you can see the translation, it was class. He was like it was all Okada's fault, and like everyone just shut up. This is ours, and Chaos can go like, you know, do one, but with a lot more fruity language.
Yes.
And yeah, he did another one after the match as well, like in the back, and that was really good as well. So, but yeah, so we're gonna get Suzuki versus Okada, it looks like as well. So,
Dude, this is massive. This is why when we interviewed Lance Archer, just in case you guys don't know, make sure you check out Sunday Segue on that episode. I think it was like 2 episodes ago where we interviewed Lance Archer. You know, so we speculated saying that they were going to turn up, and he was just like, well, you never know, you don't know what happens, and then there he goes. He's in there. Boots to listen, Davey boy. Now I know why he couldn't answer my email, because he was putting boots to faces. That's why he's putting boots to faces. So just to let the peeps know, so who is in Suzuki-Gun? Okay, so we have Minoru Suzuki, obviously as the leader. Then we have David Boy Smith and David Boy Smith Jr. and Lance Archer, Killer Elite Squad as the tag team, heavyweight tag team. We have Desperado as well as the junior. We have Yoshinobu Kinemaru, who was also part of, I believe, the Best of the Super Juniors. Yeah. Yes. And then we had, was it Best of the Super Juniors or the Super Junior, the Super J Cup?
it could have been the Super J.
Yeah, Super J Cup. Super J Cup it was. Then we had Takashi Lizuka, the guy who had the leash. Takumi Shinoku. Taichi was there. Taichi was there as well. Taichi was there. Taichi's a bit weird, you know, but it's great at the same time him being there as well. So looking forward to that. But they just laid them all out, man. So and it makes the divisions more fruitier, you know, because each one of the guys enters one of the divisions. You know, we got at least
it fills it all out.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then we go on to our main event: Manabu Nakanishi, Tanahashi. Taguchi facing off against Evil Sanada, Bushi for the Never 6-man tags. Now I wondered, why is this the main event? And then you're like, oh yeah, because they're changing the straps again. They changed the straps again.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm not going to try and understand any more of these belts. The Ingo Brothers are the perfect people to have them because it makes them look even more legit.
Yeah.
All of them hold belts. That's so cool. They all hold belts for one freaking day. And then it's like they move it on to Tanahashi, fine. Taguchi, Manabu Nakanishi. The man can barely move.
He did it as well. He pinned Bushi after the Hercules cutter. Like, oh man.
The man's honestly like a barrel. So like when he's stood, he can only like he can't move. You have to put him on his side and like move him out to the ring because he's so big. He's a huge dude. That's weird. I guess we'll see where it goes, but
we'll see where it goes. Oh man. Well, nevertheless, lots happening. And we're gonna have a lot to report on. So that's the end of the show. Wrestling Segue has made its way into 2017, and it will continue on. Maybe not next week, but we will let you know, because we are on the road. We are on the road to New Beginning. That's right. New Beginning, as we said last year, it is 2 shows, okay? 2 shows, and we will be bringing you the road to that. One will be headlined by the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. One will probably be headlined by the IWGP IC title. So we'll just have to see. And it looks like we're going to get Suzuki versus Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight title, and Elgin Naito for the IC strap. Not confirmed yet. Once it's confirmed, we'll let you know.
All right.
Let you know. Yep. Okay, so you can find us as at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled SEGUE. You can follow me at Kinny Killa, that's KILLA.
Follow me at tbrady94_, as it says somewhere around me. Yep, just do it, you know. Just enjoy yourselves. Yep. Have great days. Watch Wrestle Kingdom. And yeah, enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, so
it's bliss. Wrestle Kingdom is bliss.
And make sure again, like, you can tweet us on our handles down there. Make sure you subscribe to One Wrestling, subscribe to Sunday Segue. Also, guys, make sure you comment as well, like I know some of you have done before. We need to know what you guys are thinking and what you want to see on the show. Yeah, and that's it. So make sure you check us out next time on Wrestling Segue. And if you don't like that, you can choke on that slap nuts. Woo! But you One Wrestling fans don't. So without further ado, guys, let's go bring the unity together and say 1, 2, 3. Hey, we want some praise. Hey, we want some praise. There you go. That's right. We're just bringing all of our customers. Right. So let's take a